Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about The Fantastic Four First Steps. And this movie came out in 2025, directed by Matt Shakman. I always try. And this movie was teased in the after credit scene of Thunderbolts, a movie I really enjoyed that came out the same year and was the movie before this latest Fantastic Four movie. And it's technically the fifth Fantastic Four movie because the 94 film didn't officially get released, but it's still a movie. And the 2005 one was very nostalgic for me. It's not great, but I had fun watching it, and its sequel, not very good, kind of boring. And then we got Fantastic, which was a movie, I guess. I don't hate it as much as plenty of other people do, but we haven't exactly got a good Fantastic Four movie ever. And we finally got one. It was the first one that met the standard, like starting off with all the special effects looking great. It's like, come on, that should be the first thing that should be on the list. Like, visual effects looking great, all the characters are well done, and they feel as though they're like well developed and they're not like super forgettable. And this movie, it does get them right. And it was the first time where I was actually curious and wanted to see what was going on with Reed Richards and Susan Storm. Like, that stuff was interesting for me to watch, and I love the 60s aesthetic. And obviously, with the Fantastic Four characters, Johnny Storm, he's fun, and Ben Grimm, he's entertaining to watch, and their banter is always really enjoyable to me in just about all of these movies. And the pacing for this movie was really fast. It doesn't waste any time. Although I do have one criticism with doing that, though, but I'll get into that later. But I do feel as though this movie's strong point is its characters and make you feel as though Galactus being a huge threat in this movie. And the last time we got him was in Rise of the Silver Surfer, and we all know how that turned out. But this movie, things are like done well in a way where you actually do understand the stakes, and it's done so very well. It's not done in a way that makes the movie boring, and it just gives you what you would want in a Fantastic Four movie. And there was one shot in this movie that looked really cool, and it pretty much looked like it was taken straight out of concept art. And I thought it looked really, really cool. It's a simple shot, really. Just Johnny Storm and the Silver Surfer in space. But still thought it looked pretty great overall. And the movie had a great cast. Pedro Pascal was great as Mr. Fantastic. And Vanessa Kirby, really enjoyed her performance as well. And Julia Garner, I really enjoyed her performance. And funny enough, I just watched Weapons, and that was the first movie I saw her in. And I was like, oh, didn't realize that you were in this as well. And the action scenes were pretty fun to watch in this movie. I do feel as though the best action scene is the one that takes place in the middle of the movie. Well, middle-ish, kind of. Just right before we get to the halfway point in the film, I think it's like about the end of the first act is when it starts. So that action scene I thought was the best in the whole movie. And now to get into my issues with this movie, I do feel as though this movie does carry one of my problems with all of these Fantastic Four movies, and that's just when Mr. Fantastic stretches his arms or his body, it just looks creepy and disgusting, and I just don't like it at all. When it's in the Fantastic Four suit, when he's stretching around, for some reason I'm fine with it, but when it's anything else, like he's in his suit or you just see the stretched skin, it just looks creepy. I don't like it. And the editing in this movie, not that it was really choppy or necessarily like something that you might be expecting that would get really annoying, like in something like, I don't know, Resident Evil, the final chapter levels of annoying, but rather it just gets in the way of making you feel emotions or getting into the characters. Like there's one character that Ben Grimm meets up with, and she's like a nice lady, and she's a teacher, and it's like, oh, I would like to get to know her and have something maybe develop through there. And you get 3 scenes in total with that, and they're all very brief. And by the time we get to the third scene, it's like, okay, we're starting to move somewhere, and then you just don't ever see that again. I was like, why did you do that? You were building something up, and maybe something interesting could happen to Ben Grimm as a character, but you just cut it out entirely. Like, why would you do that? And there's plenty of instances where this happens. Like, the movie moves along so quickly that it just doesn't really give you enough time to care about the situation that characters are in or what they're feeling. It all just came across as, oh, this is happening and we're just moving along. Okay, we're doing that. And as a result, it does make the movie feel somewhat hollow at times. And the third act had some cheesy moments for sure, but I'm not going to get into those because I don't want to spoil anything. Like, I never want to spoil like a big movie like this, especially. And I also didn't care for the music. I honestly don't even remember it. I remember one of the songs that kept saying Fantastic Four. Excuse my terrible singing voice, but still, didn't care for the music in this movie. Might as well not have been there. And there are parts of this movie where it tried to be serious and it just completely failed for me and I just couldn't get into it. But overall, I do think this is a good movie. I have my problems with it. It finally met the standard of a good movie for sure. I didn't hate anything particular about it. It didn't feel like I was wasting my time. And overall, I didn't regret watching it. So check this movie out whenever you get the chance. Not as good as Thunderbolts, but much better than Captain America Brave New World. So overall, I think it's a good movie. And with all that being said, I'm going to give The Fantastic Four First Steps a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of The Fantastic Four First Steps, and my social media links. They will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for When Harry Met Sally. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching, and have a great day.